Good evening everyone and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're starting something brand new and it is going to be the European Championships of Wrestling. Now at the moment, if you don't know, the European Championships in football, or if you're American, soccer, is currently going on. And I thought we'd jump on the idea and pick up ourselves 24 nations, which 23 of are European. Then we do have a representative of the rest of the world, which we will decide tomorrow. But today is solely just a group stage draw. There will be 6 groups of 4 teams. Well, not teams, they're individuals. Each person will face off against everyone else in their group once. And the top 3 from each group will go through to a knockout stage, depending where you finish in your group. And will depend on who you face off against. The higher you finish in the group, the lower the person is you will face off against. So pretty simple. If you are struggling to understand what I'm talking about, you'll be able to see it visually. There'll be a link in the description down below to our European Championships sort of schedule and lineup. But do be aware, there may be spoilers ahead if you're watching this a little bit behind of time. So it is time for the draw. So we will start to spin the wheel. So first of all, we are spinning the wheel for who is going to be in Group A. We'll do all the way through. We'll do A, B, C, D, all that sort of stuff. We won't do all in one go. So first of all, in Group A, we are going to be having... It is... Israel. Israel is represented by Noam Dar, and that will be the first person in Group A. And now then for the first person to enter Group B. That is going to be Northern Ireland, represented by Killian Dane. Northern Ireland are the first team in, or the first person in Group B. The first person in Group C will be Croatia, and that is Alex Kozlov. Okay, now into Group D. The first person in Group D is going to be representing Germany. It is Marcel Barthal, whatever his name is, or Axel Dieter Jr., if you know your European wrestling well. The first person in Group E is going to be... It'll be our rest of the world representative. We don't know who that is going to be as yet. That will be our first episode tomorrow, where we will have an 8-man elimination match, and the winner of that will be representing the rest of the world in this competition. And the first person in Group F is going to be representing Kosovo. And that is Reza, one half, of course, of the Authors of Pain. Right, now to join Israel in Group E alongside Noam Dar is going to be... It's going to be Russia. So Russia is represented by Ilja Dragunov. Joining Northern Ireland in Group B is going to be the Swiss Superman himself, Mr. Cesaro. Into Group C, joining Alex Kozlov and Croatia, is going to be England. Who's representing England? I can't remember now, to be honest. Representing England is... Oh, Pete Dunne, of course. Pete Dunne will be in Group C. Next then, representing, well, joining Germany in Group D, shall I say, representing the nation of the Ukraine, is going to be Vladimir Kozlov. Right, so Vladimir Kozlov joins Germany. Into Group E, alongside the rest of the world. We don't know who that's going to be as yet. But they'll be facing off against, it's going to be Wales, which is Mark Andrews. Or Mandrews, if you will. The second person then in Group F, joining Kosovo and Reza, is going to be... It is Finland, which is Ludvig Borgia. Right, next then, back to Group A. Currently Noam Dar and Ilja Dragunov for Israel, and Russia will be joined by Belgium. Yes, it's Belgium, which is going to be Karl Gotch. Right, next up then, joining Northern Ireland and Switzerland, Killian Dane and Cesaro is going to be... It is Italy, which is going to be Fabian Eichner. Right, next up then, joining Group C. Currently, we've got Pete Dunne and Alex Kozlov in Group C. And they're going to be joined by... Oh, the Bulgarian brute himself, Miro. Next up then, Group D. Currently, Germany and Ukraine are going to be joined by... Oh, it's a big one. It's Austria. It's Big Daddy Walter. Wow. Right, Group E, joining Mark Andrews and the rest of the world representative is going to be... This is a weird one, but bear with me because his was actually born in this country. It is Babatunde, the man that is currently working alongside Apollo Crews. Next up then, the third person in Group F is going to be... Okay, it's going to be Ireland. It's going to be Mr. Finn Balor. Ireland's own Finn Balor. Right. And now we move on to the final six. So joining Israel, Russia, and Belgium in Group A is going to be France's own Andre the Giant. Right, moving on then to Group B. Joining Northern Ireland, Switzerland, and Italy, Killian Dane, Cesaro, and Fabian Eichner is going to be Big Drew McIntyre. Right, joining Group C with Croatia, England, and Bulgaria is going to be Otis. Okay, Otis representing Serbia. His parents are Serbian, wasn't born them himself. Into Group D then. 3 nations left. This is Germany, Ukraine, and Austria. Who is Ukraine again? Ukraine was Vladimir Kozlov. They're going to get Spain, which I believe is A-Kid. Finally to the Netherlands and Netherlands and Moldova. This time for Group E. Rest of the world, Wales and Poland. So we've got Mark Andrews, Babatunde, and somebody yet to be announced will be joined by Alistair Black of the Netherlands. Which means, obviously, the final person is going to be from Moldova. That is Alex Kozlov. I'm sure I said Alex Kozlov for Croatia. Who's Croatia? Croatia is Nikolai Volkov. Okay, not Alex Kozlov. Alex Kozlov is in Group F with Moldova. Right, let's head over to the group stages now and I'll show you exactly what we're working with. And here we go then. These are the groups based on that draw. In Group A, we have got Israel represented by Noam Dar, Russia represented by Ilja Dragunov, Belgium represented by Karl Gotch, and France represented by Andre the Giant. As you can see there, we have the episodes already lined up and the matches, so you can see exactly what you're looking for. Into Group B, Killian Dane representing Northern Ireland, Cesaro representing Switzerland, Fabian Eichner representing Italy, and Drew McIntyre representing Scotland. As you can see again, we have our lineup of matches here. Into Group C, Nikolai Volkov versus Pete Dunne, Miro Otis. I don't know why I said that. All right, Nikolai Volkov representing Croatia, Pete Dunne representing England, Miro representing Bulgaria, Otis representing Serbia, and again the match is down below. Into Group D, Germany represented by Marcel Bafal, Ukraine by Vladimir Kozlov, Austria by Walter, and Spain by A-Kid. We could have used Kane, but I thought we'd use an actual, like, full-on Spanish wrestler. In Group E, we'll have the rest of the world's representative, which we will find out tomorrow in our match. Wales will be represented by Mark Andrews, Poland represented by Babatunde, and the Netherlands represented by Alistair Black, and the match is down below, of course, again. And finally, Group F, Kosovo, Finland, Ireland, Moldova, Rezar, Ludwig Borgia, Finn Balor and Alex Kozlov respectively, and again the match is down below. So there we go. Tomorrow we will have our 8-man elimination match to crown our rest of the world competitor for this competition. Some incredible names are going to be involved in that. And I will see you all then. So tomorrow is just that one match, and then we'll go straight on to the next episode. We'll have Noam Dar versus Ilja Dragunov and Karl Gotch up against Andre the Giant. Good night. God bless. Auf Wiedersehen. I hope you're looking forward to this tournament. Of course, if you are, hit the like, subscribe if you're new. Let me know all about it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.